Well, good afternoon. It's a thunderstormy, rainy day here, so I am inside working on a new dehydrated camp recipe. One thing that we've gotten really bored of is our lunches. So I'm going to try to make a Greek pasta salad with lots of vegetables and all the good tasting stuff and a fantastic homemade vinaigrette. And yeah, we're going to rehydrate it on the trail and see how it goes. Basically, I'm going to take my normal Greek pasta salad recipe, dehydrate it, but not add any oil, and I'll add the oil out on the trail. The only other kind of substitution for this recipe is I'm going with a more compact noodle. Normally I use the squirrely noodles for this salad. I'm going to use the elbow noodles simply because they pack down smaller, and the squirrely ones would just get broken when it's dehydrated, and then they just be little chunks anyway. So we're going to use elbow noodles, and yeah, add the oil at camp. Otherwise, it's going to be Greek pasta salad. All right, so you want to chop up all your vegetables to uniform sizes because we're dehydrating them. If there's some that are really big and some that are really small, they won't dehydrate evenly. So in here I have red pepper, onion, celery, cherry tomatoes, green peppers, black olives, and the feta cheese, all cut up to about the same size. So it should dehydrate nice and evenly for me. Next, we're going to make up the pasta. Alright, so our pasta is all cooked. Now we're going to assemble our salad with our dressing, no oil, and portion out and put in our dehydrator. So this is a huge amount of salad. I'm not dehydrating all of this. We're going to have some for dinner tonight. But I am going to dehydrate a couple portions that we can try on a future trip. Alright, so this is the bowl that I take to camp. This is a portion size, so that's how big these are going to be. I'm going to use my herb tray liners so that none of the bits fall through. And I'm also going to put a couple of trays between layers for better airflow. Ah, no! It's falling down the hole. Alrighty. I got this set to about 135, which is ideal for vegetables and pasta. We're going to turn it on and check it in about 6 hours or so. Well, good morning. Our dehydrator ran all night, and our Greek pasta salad is ready to go now. So we're going to get it out of the tray. This can be a bit messy, so I usually put the lid down underneath just to catch things stray a bit. Pasta didn't really change size much, but the veggies and the feta cheese shrunk down really small. There we go. So because we don't have an immediate trip coming up, I think I'm going to vacuum seal this meal and store it in my freezer until we need it out on the trail. All right, there we go. 2 Greek pasta salad portions all ready to go in the freezer for our next trip, and then they'll be ready to rehydrate out on the trail. So, it's time to prep lunch. And today, I am trying a new recipe, dehydrated Greek pasta salad. But to go along the theme of first, I'm trying a different method, which is the cold soak method. I've never done this before, but I've been seeing online and in videos, so many thru hikers and backpackers are ditching their stoves on their trips, and they are cold soaking all their meals. And this kind of fascinated me. I'm like, does it taste this good? Is it okay? Like, would I like it? And I realized it's just, there's no reason why it wouldn't taste okay or be good. So that's what I'm going to try to do with my dehydrated Greek pasta salad. I came up with this recipe because we were getting really bored with our lunches. You know, you get fishing and swimming and doing all the things, and nobody wants to fire up the stove or get a fire going to boil water to make soup or whatever. Or maybe you brought out wraps, but you're just not in the mood, and it's a lot of prep work, and then there's dishes involved. And I thought, we need some good, healthy, filling lunches to take camping that have minimal work on the trail. So that's why I'm going to try the cold soak method with my Greek pasta salad, essentially. So my understanding of it is that I'm basically just going to cover my meal with water, and I'll put a little bit of olive oil on this as well for texture. And then I just leave it for half an hour. Check it out, give it a stir, see where we're at. That's kind of what it looks like dehydrated there. Alright, so I'm going to put the lid on that, and it's just going to sit here on my table. Yeah, and hopefully in half an hour we'll be eating lunch. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty, it's been half an hour, and you can see there's still quite a bit of fluid in here. It is getting softer, but it's definitely not ready. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the pot in the sun, and that kind of passive heat will hopefully help it to hydrate faster. Alright, so I've been relaxing in the sun and reading for a while, waiting for my lunch to kind of cold soak, I guess. Definitely putting it in the sun for the passive heat helped. It softened it right up. Most of the moisture is gone. I think I put too much water in it. There's a little bit of water in there, but it's not that big of a deal. Kind of like extra salad dressing, I guess. That's really good. I'm really happy with that. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised at the feta cheese. It just tastes like straight out of the fridge feta cheese. That is really good. Really, really good. Even the black olives are all just like perfect. This is definitely a winner. This will be going in the regular lunch rotation, I think. I think the only difference I do is I think I would use orzo pasta, which is a much lighter pasta. It's very small, and I think it would rehydrate a lot faster than the elbow noodles would. So for cold soaking, it would only take half an hour to 40 minutes. This was about an hour, yeah, just under an hour, so not too bad. Like I said, the great thing about the cold soaking method is you can, you know, be doing your things, fishing, swimming, having fun, just throw some water on this, put the lid on, and just walk away, continue doing all your stuff, and just leave it, you know, on the picnic table while you're doing your stuff around the campsite, and then come back to it and you've got lunch. I imagine if you were doing a trip where you were going from point A to point B, and you weren't just hanging out around your campsite, I would probably just bring a spare Nalgene bottle and put this in and add the water, screw it up, and just throw it back in my pack so that when I get to the point where I want to eat my lunch, it'll be all soaked and ready to go. The longer the better, obviously. So you could do that partway through your morning travel time, and it would be ready for lunchtime, no problem at all. And it's not any heavier than the water you're already carrying in your Nalgene bottle anyways. So yeah, definitely a lot of potential with this one. And yeah, I'm excited to try it again and finish it off because I'm getting hungry now.